Well, there was one other piece that, we didn't talk about, that, speaks volumes. When mom married Marty, Marty turned around and, David and I had lost our father, and he asked if he could adopt us. And so, I mean, from day one of working with Marty and Maureen, we knew what a family of affinity meant. And so when I read that in Jay's book, it resonated, family wealth, keeping it in the family. And, that works for our family. What hasn't worked is now we have to step up and teach. We've shown it, the four siblings grew up in the same house for many, many years. So we share all of that. And it's no different than the family business, at the cousin generation, when you grow up in different families. And that's the part of spending the time to help the spouses that have married in really understand how important family of affinity is to us and what does that mean. And they've seen it through the years, when Charlotte lived with mom and dad, they were her hospice. She was not a blood relative, but we called her Aunt Charlotte after 15 years of being together. And we just adopted her into our family. She was a parish, administrator, ran, some of the parishes in the area. And our uncle, who was a priest, knew her and said, "Hey, would you mind if she came to, Christmas or Easter or whatever?" And we said, "Of course." And then eventually, she just became part of the family and came to
the PFD,
everything else. So, our spouses saw that, but it's different seeing it without more of the stories.
right?
It's different. I think we, if we could share more of these stories about what our Palumbos family values, it would really make a giant difference. And like we did a family meeting for one of my clients 4 weekends ago, and the married-ins did they left the area and came back in cowboy boots, vests, cut-off jean shorts if they, for the girls, and Levi's, and black hats. And they said, we just, if you haven't known this, we call ourselves the Outlaws because we're not part of the family, but we are. And what does that mean to be an outlaw? And, and how do we deal with this family and the family business? And how do you learn to do all this stuff? Well, we just want to extend a couple of hats out. And they reached out to the new married-ins over the last couple of years. And it was just beautiful. And you could just see, they extended the cowboy hats. And there was one of the girls there they just got engaged, and they looked at her and said, "You'll get your cowboy hat next year." And so that indoctrination of teaching people what the family is all about is work. It's a lot of work, but it's worthy work. And I think that's some of the stuff that we could do to bring the same kind of feelings that we just had, the three of us experienced because of your facilitation, Courtney. Thank you. That we can extend that to other families whenever possible. And we need to be doing it inside of ours.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This was very helpful. I've got my to-do list.